wrist, man. Check the wrist, man. Got him hot. Hey.
Can anyone unseat the Patriots? It's the coach.
Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we get the season started with an AFC East tilt right off the bat between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a man closing in on 15,000 career rush yards, Frank Gore. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Now let's take a look here at the Bills offense.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A handoff right. It's Gore. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Well, this Week 1 matchup pitting a couple Empire State rivals, no strangers to each other. They were both original members of the AFL, the American Football League, way back in 1960 to 1969. It's been a close series. Bills lead it all time, 62-55. And, of course, both of these franchises really feel like they have their quarterbacks of the future in Josh Allen and Sam Darnold. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the script.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Darnold on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter. And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
On first down, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Darnold, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
That'll be taken in by Anderson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 25 yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. Darnold down to throw. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Darnold completes it. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 35.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Darnold throw on the money to Anderson. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 23. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 2nd quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A first down throw, Darnold. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there, 2nd down. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Again, Darnold. And he fires one incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks. but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jordan Phillips drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now on second down, this is Gore. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Beasley signed with the Bills in March just before his 30th birthday after 7 years with the Cowboys, hoping that he can be a very valuable slot receiver in Buffalo. Just under 700 yards last year and 3 touchdowns in Dallas. Allen's throw into the hands of Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now Brown, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming. Just hang.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22, 30, 20, 10. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Frank Gore and company trotting back out there as they get set to go again on offense. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On play action, Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Allen. And that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Darnold. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Here's Darnold. And he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And our focus now shifts to Frank Gore. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. On 2nd down now. Gore, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that's caught by Beasley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0, our score.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Allen throwing complete to Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Now Allen to throw. To throw again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now it's Darnold. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 33.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get him with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Sam Ficken on for the field goal.
Ficken's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situation. Football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the 1 weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now a dump off here complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he'll have it past across midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
What's the ad?
On first down, it's Darnold. And Thomas has it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Check. Red 80. Hot, hot. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Check.
Darnold on first down. This one caught by Crowder. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Darnold. Being chased at, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's a touchdown for the Jets. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
So here's the Bills offense. Now they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
57. Mike, 57.
Back to the air on second down. It's Arnold. His throw incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, and it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ballgame. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Darnold now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Darnold to throw again. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Now Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Darnold, and the pressure gets to him again. Lorenzo Alexander picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And his throw is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. Allen now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Gore. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On first down, Allen. And this one complete to Smith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Allen now on first down. And he finds Beasley complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Allen now looks to throw. He's got Smith here. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Let's get it. Number 53. Mike 53. Pick me up. Here we go. Jump.
On first and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? So the shotgun snap to Allen. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bills get a bit closer. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Hughes able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And it's third down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Don't get nervous.
Operating from the gun. Allen firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Here we got Mike, number 53.
Throwing on first down is Allen. It's caught. Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Let's go.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The veteran Andre Roberts is the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches.
8.
The yards per catch now, because you're getting more than a first down every time he's touching the ball. This is the kind of game you want when you're able to throw it out wide.
Absolutely. Over 100 yards, has the 8 catches. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and now it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the 4th on the punt fumble. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Frank Gore there, but it's going to be 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Allen now throwing again. Allen hit. He lost the football.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. To the air, Allen. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Allen going to go on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And Darnold wants to throw the football, buying time to his left. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Darnold now to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets will extend their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Allen and the Bills now down by 2 touchdowns. A little over 80 ticks to go. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. On play action, Allen. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen looking sideline, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen going to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play here for the Bills. 45 yards. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That's a good...
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Here's Darrell, and Thomas has it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
So it's a victory here for the New York